paying homage, if you will, to Mohandas Gandhi. You are correct. I did not use the term Mahatma before Gandhi's name. Why? It's because he did not agree with the term. He was sort of embarrassed about it. He stated this in his autobiography, which is what compels me to write this. The public perception of Gandhi is one thing, and his actual statements and predicaments as described by him are another thing. This is why I sought out his autobiography. What I liked about Gandhi's story is that he revealed what a stubborn, judgmental, trendy he was. Cannot speak for the period after his autobiography because I have not done my homework yet. He moves from one idea to another and dogmatically defines it as truth each time. He then judges people based on their adherence to this current notion of truth. Sure, he's willing to talk to others about things, but he is striving to find the answer. His pursuit is ethnocentrically obvious because of the circumstance of his birth culture. No surprise there, since we are all subject to this limitation until we recognize it as so. Reading his words as a Westerner makes that obvious. At least he is able to be convinced of a new truth every time he learns more or gains some experience, because he was a young man after all, especially in the South Africa phase. That is good, but he has not yet acknowledged his flaw during this process. He is striving to follow recipes of morality. And keep in mind, he is writing this while he was in prison for a weekly newspaper. He complains when he is trying to force his presence on others when they refuse to listen to him. He insults them by description and calls them arrogant because they refuse to listen to him. Such are the musings of a self-righteous, idealistic punk hypocrite. I am the same, so I relate. You can be like that. Let me get this straight. I want to enforce my right to be heard, but another person cannot enforce their right not to listen. Yep, that is fair. And a chapter later, he complains about when somebody else starts to do the same thing in his office, and then he threatens to use the police to throw them out. How's that? He shunned sinners at times and used the law to bludgeon others into compliance. He criticizes an insult to him on page X and then insults someone else in the same exact way on page Y. Gandhi refuses to leave a politician's office because he wants to speak. The guards are called to escort him out. He is angry. Later, a man refuses to leave Gandhi's office because he wants to speak. Gandhi threatens to call the police to eject him. Didn't I just say that? Yeah. Sure, he later says to hate the sin and not the sinner, but he does not mention his behavior. Sure, he talks about mistakes, but he does not address the major problematic themes of his behavior and attitude that he himself reveals during his narrative. It's sort of like being in college. Every time you read a new book, you discover the new answer, the new truth. You start proselytizing, telling everybody how right you are, how right this book is, and then you're on to the next semester's book, and then learn the next truth. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what his autobiography is all about. He's still... writing from his prison cell, his experiments with truth are not all that personal or confessional. Perhaps we can cut him some slack psychically. He still believes in a universal truth that we all should follow. Does this sound familiar historically? Gandhi can keep his truth to himself. Some things I took from the autobiography, quotations, paraphrasing. The true practice of law is to unite parties riven asunder, not to vanquish. He agrees that public institutions should have no permanent budget. That was a new one for me. I like that idea. It's interesting. Even in those days, I was sternly opposed to giving alms to sturdy beggars. See? Which beggars deserve alms. That's okay, I'm with you on that one. But still, this is not the popular perception. The voice of the people is the voice of God. Ooh, dangerous words, depending on who you are. Some people abuse such idealistic language for their own nefarious ends. Look at the genocide. Look at World War II. Anyways, God retired after he set down the law of karma, so he need not interfere in our affairs on that level. It's kind of a cool conception, huh? From Tolstoy, the kingdom of God is within you. Each one of us is a godhead, I guess. Man is man because he exercises self-restraint. Little dubstep, get you going. Alright, well my hat's off to Gandhi a little bit, but I'll have to reserve my right to judge his judgment after I find out later what he did after prison.